implement the new businesses.
Okay, so you're into which module, Raj?
SAP MM, sir.
Okay.
Procurement.
SAP MM, great. Okay. Okay, and one more thing, you just have, if any questions, please, write down. So we'll have a discussion about your questions. Okay.
Questions means recently I completed that SAP MM. Most of the people are doing the SAP MM course where the trainers goes to train them the different types of business processes like consignment, subcontracting, pipeline, standard, and then later he used to teach some configurations that is based on syllabus, that is a organized structure and all the things. But during interview, most of the people are facing the questions. Hello, I'm audible, sir?
Yes.
Hello. Most of the time during the interview, the expectation of the organizations are something different that I have faced. My experience is that they are asking about you what is your daily routine, what is your daily task. First question is the very difficult. You have to answer correctly here. What is your daily routine or daily task? If you have any experience or even though you are fresher, if you say something I'm working into support, then he will ask you what kind of support you are giving. You will say that some tickets I am getting and then I am solving the tickets. Then he will come to exactly what kind of ticket comes, what is the ticket, and why that ticket is occurred, how many times this scenario is occurred to you. Then you should be genuine to answer such questions. Otherwise he will catch you that you are the fake and you are doing something alana palana kind of things. So you should keep into mind that to avoid such things, I am here to join the project task, project kind of training, to avoid the such things, because everyone is having knowledge, but to represent that during the interview is very difficult. To make it easier, I think such kind of session is very useful.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe I think Shrikant is there. So Shrikant, could you collect everyone? So the questions in one, then you just I need their name and module and their contact number plus their questions.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. I'm speaking Srikant Atwar.
Yeah.
Srikant.
Yes, Srikant.
My module is SAP PM as SAP plant maintenance.
Yes.
Yes, I have completed achievement in a SAP PM Trainee, as well as I have done in a SAP certified in application associate in S/4HANA asset management.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so no problem. So guys, just to have type your question. So maybe this will take some time. So just text your questions. Maybe Shrikant, please just get to know one by one. Okay, I want to know their module and what is their questions. Huh? So could you text your all your questions in the chat box?
Yes. Good evening, all. Could you all text your name, module, mobile number, and the questions one by one?
Okay, sir. I will send.
Yeah, one by one. You just text you.
So simultaneously, we'll have a discussion also.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Which is required?
Yes, Kalpana.
Hello, sir. Good evening, all. I would like to introduce myself. I have a 3 years experience as an end user in R2R. I would like to join this SAP consultants or implementation, those things which I know very, very little bit. So I joined this session. Is this right time to join, right? Is this a right place to
So I'm going to explain about these sessions and everything. So just offline, you just text your questions and your module and everything in short text in that chat box with your contact number also. So Shrikant will make it single document. Then after the demonstration I will going to answer one by one questions, because I think now more members are there and people are also joining one by one. So it will take some time. So now, Shrikant, you just I think you guys understood, right? So I need your name, your module, and your questions. You type it, even 5 questions, 10 questions also doesn't matter. Finally, all the information you put it one time in the chat box. Okay, so now I will go ahead with the sessions because we don't have much time. So simultaneously in the chat box, you can open your notepad. Just type it your name, module, and contact number plus your questions. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever question. Please, then you just post in the chat box, right? So then this information will be taken care by Shrikant, and he will make it, and then finally we will discuss about all the questions. It's clear, everyone? One shot you can text it. Don't type one by one. Otherwise, your name will be there. Other person will be typing their mobile number like that. So finally, you just enter, press enter. Okay, name, model, everything. Then everything will come under single chat box. So anybody have any doubts on this? Hello, Shrikant. Huh?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Actually, I searching here where I need to
The chat
chat
box is
that
there.
icon.
There is a chat box is there, right? In the Google Meet, we have there is a chat box, right?
Right side
Okay.
corner.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So let me go with maybe then I will go one by one quickly. So okay. So who is MM? Just to say your hands. So I want to know how many of them quickly. So how many of them for MM? Okay, Raj, Anu. Okay, Vaibhav, Anu, and yeah, Shakti Ishwar. Okay, Manju. Yes, hi Manju. How are you? Manju from Bangalore, I guess. Dinher. Okay. So side by side, you guys can able to text your details also. Okay. So I'll just okay 1, 2, 3, 4 is there MM, correct? Anybody else for MM? If you are in MM, then I'll just okay, Shakti also 5. Anybody else? Only 5 for MM. Anybody else for MM? Okay. See, actually, so we have so many. I'll just overview about MM, about the project and what is the benefit we are going to get it. But still, I'm going for the demo session. Okay. So now I think you guys are already completed the demo session, right? Raj, Vaibhav, Anup, Manju. So everybody's completed your SAP MM configuration training, correct? Hello.
Sir, we completed.
Okay, so fine. See, actually, yeah.
SAP MM, that is the
Yes,
training.
yes. Okay. So then in this case, yes. So what we will do, so maybe after these demo sessions, you please write down whatever the issues which you have, maybe during the interview you faced or whatever the questions, please text. Okay. So then we will answer one by one questions. Yeah. So I think so all MM you have texted, Shrikant. I think we have 5 MMs. You got it, Manju, Anup, Vaibhav questions.
No.
Hmm? So Vaibhav, have you texted your questions, Anup, Manju?
I'm sending notes, sir.
Yeah. So just then we will go ahead. So please text your questions. So next, can I know? So who are all for SD? Who are all for SD? Join this demo session. Anup, I think you can raise down. Manju also raise down. Because SD. Mohammed Imran. SD. Okay. So I can. So just a text. So complete details. Your name, module, mobile number, and questions. Type it. Then finally press enter. Okay. So yeah, Arunachalam also for SD module. Anup, you can raise down, right? Anybody else? Hamid also for SD. So please type your questions related to the challenges or what is the issues you have. So why you couldn't able to get into SAP, right? So that is more important. So why you couldn't able to? What is the challenges? Why I couldn't able to get a job in SAP? So please write whatever the challenges you are facing. Please text your questions. Definitely Srikanth is going to align, and we will have one by one questions. Okay. So I think.
People are posting only the questions. They are not giving their module and numbers.
Yeah. So you just give your properly your name, that's what I told. I need your name, your module. I'll give you one sample example. Name I can say which I in notepad you can type it, then you can able to. Questions. You can raise your questions also. Yeah, I think some of them typed clearly, right? So just type like that. So name your module in one shot so that you will get it. Okay, just enter your number plus questions also. So how many of them for PP module here? Quickly, PP module. How many of them for PP? So is that okay? Anup, could you raise down? I think you are okay. PP module. Anybody is there? Production planning. Manju, you are from PP or MM?
MM.
Okay, could you raise down your hands? Anup, you can raise down your hands. Okay. So, okay, I think so. Anybody else? Anybody for FICO module, FICO, anybody? FICO module, Hussain, Lavanya. Lavanya, are you into which module? You're into ST or FI?
FICO.
You're into FICO. Good. Okay. Anybody else? I think so many people are joined, but they are showing only one or two hands. So now, other than this module, like a material management, sales and distribution, production planning, and finance and controlling, other than these four modules, so anybody have joined? Other than this module, anybody has joined? So if you, yes, you can say which module you belong to. Okay.
Basis, Hannah.
Okay, basis. Actually, this is good, but here we deal only for the functional module, project trainings. Okay, so not for the technical module here. So basis, so that's a completely difference. So here we deal with the complete implementation project training. So only functional module we are dealing. If you want, you can continue the session. Otherwise, you can leave. So not for basis. Okay. Okay. So let me. Yeah. So Shrikant, have you got all the questions? I
Yes,
think
they are typing.
yeah, we
Still
have 24 members. I want to know their name, module, and questions. Okay, that is more important. So, how many questions you received? I want to go for the demo session. So, we have 24 trainees. So, I want to know their module wise, segregate module wise, put it in notepad, then make it module wise. I want to know the clear questions also, right? So, because these questions again we want to review now. So, then after the demo, we will answer for one by one questions. Okay, so before going to start our SAP Activate methodology, right? So I'll just give a introduction about myself, Dhanush. I have more than 15 years experience. So I'm into project lead and handling the projects. Okay, so now what we are going to do here is the implementation projects, right? So we are going to give the same implementation project exposure to our project trainees. Okay, so how these implementation projects we are going to do? See, already we have implemented. So we are going to focus on one of the construction-based company, right? So we have already implemented in Kenya, and we have implemented for in Saudi Arabia. So and even we have recently we done for the UAE also. So now the same project I'm going to explain about the projects. So how the trainees you have to understand about the project as a business point of view, right? So then how we can able to yeah. So Shrikant, you just text whoever is joining newly, just collect their
Yes,
questions,
sir.
please. Right, so so first we need to understand, okay, so about the complete business process, right? So now everybody knows about their module, about their process, how to execute the process, and and where we are going to lagging. So the the interview point of view plus the real time point of view, how we can able to work as a implementation consultant. So what are the challenges, what are the roles and responsibilities? So that is what we are going to see here. And so most of them, so they are going to, sir, I need to learn more thing on my module, so I need to do more integration on. Yes, that is required, but now that real time, that how that real time, how they are going to, how they are going to expect is, so have you done in any end-to-end implementation projects? So if yes, you tell me what are the roles and responsibilities you have done. Okay, so now I'm just going to explain about one of the Activate methodology, plus I'm going to explain about one of the projects. So simultaneously I'm going to exchange the screens. Okay, one is Activate methodology, another one is for the complete project. So how, because now most of the 90% people, they are from functional, they are into material management, they are into sales and distribution, they are into production planning, they are into finance and controlling, right? So now, so how you can able to understand, how you can able to prepare your FSD, how to prepare your business blueprint, right? So all the deliverables, what are the deliverables we need to do in the implementation project? So how we are going to deliver, how we are going to design all those documents? So that is what this whole complete the implementation project training. And some of them they are asking, so they are asking some different type of like support related questions also. Now this implementation project, it's we are going to deal 45 days time. So this 45 days time, so you will be learning implementation point of view, what are the roles and responsibilities, plus support point of view. So we used to provide, there are 300 plus questions we will provide you, and these 300 questions related to your support related tickets, right? So now end of the day, so we are making, you are into functional consultant of, you are into complete end-to-end implementation project consultant. You have done complete all the roles and responsibilities, like start with your BBP and the configuration testing and cutover activities, master data, everything. So that is what I'm going to explain now. Plus you handle the support project. If in the support project, what are the challenges, what are the different type of issue you have faced, what are the challenging activities, and what are the enhancements, all the activities. So we consider as a, we have 300 plus questions, right? So these 300 plus questions you have to go through and you have to be ready. After that we are preparing your CV, right? So how you have to prepare your CV, and how many projects you need to after this implementation project, how many project you can able to include in your CV. So that is also we are going to taking care. After that, interview point of view, how you can able to perform, how to give introduction, how to, what are the questions they are going to ask in your module, how you are going to answer. So like that this training complete, I want to get into SAP, so what I need to do? So only thing is, so you need to follow our practices, right? And if you have daily you are also minimum 2 to 3 hours minimum you are working, so definitely I can able to bring you into you know get into SAP world, right? So that is what the ultimate this program we have designed. But don't worry about that, I'm 50% into my module, 60%. See, knowledge of maybe 50% is fine. So only thing is the project point of view, you should understand about the projects. For example, I will talk about uh, yeah. So this is one of the projects. Okay, so just I'm going to give you the overview about the project. So this, there is Alfaraz construction, right? So they have a different group actually. There are Arabian construction, there is Alfaraz, there are so many divisions they have. And so the Alfaraz construction, what they do, so as a business point of view, even though you're into MM or SD or PP, whatever module, so you need to understand the overview of the project. So whenever you have the implementation project, you should know about their product, you should know about their services and everything, right? So here I will just give you in short, explanation about the construction-based company. So this Alfaraz construction company, what they do is they are going to do the construction. So they are going to do the road construction, building construction, bridge constructions, right? So those kind of government related project they are going to execute, right? And what are the different department they have? Different, we can say it's a profit center. Profit center in the sense there is a different divisions, right? So now they have a different divisions. For example, we have a one second. Yeah. So we have a different, department, right? So department in the sense like we have a asphalt divisions. We have a asphalt. What is asphalt divisions? So the asphalt division completely taking care of your the road constructions. Okay. So what all the product is required, right? For we need aggregate material, we need a asphalt, and we need the other chemicals, and finally we need equipment, we need a labor. So those all the activities are there, right? The road construction is not like a one kind of activity. So there are so many profit center, so many department they are including. So now the mostly the construction company, what they do, wherever that the job, I mean wherever the services involves, so they will build one of the company, or they will invest and they'll build it. So initially they'll go for external. For example, they want to build one construction. So in this case, some civil activity or mechanical, for example, they will provide this activity to the external. This is subcontractor, right? So later what will happen, so this subcontractor activity they will recruit or they will build in their in-house, then they will start the project activities, right? So now I will just explain you what are the construction based company, what are the different department or divisions or profit centers, right? I explained about the asphalt is like the road. So when we are going to construction of the road construction projects, so we are going to use for the asphalt material. So that is separate department. Okay, and there is aggregate department is there. If you see, there is a company code called aggregate, is nothing but quarry. So what they will do, okay, they will get the land from the government in the lease of 50 years or 99 years like that, and they are going to expose those material, right? So then they are going to kept, use it in the crusher, and they are going to categorize, right? There are 30 different 25 to 30 type of finished products they are going to sell it. So when there is a the road construction, or in a building contract, or even any asphalt related, so there are various sizes are there. So now this quarry, the asphalt construction, the quarry related, they have a separate company code, or we can say there is a separate profit center. Okay, so that is one of the division. What they do, the quarry field, what they will do, so they are going to manufacture the aggregate material, right? So this aggregate material they are going to sell to external customer, as well as they are sell to internal customer. Okay, who is internal customer? So internal customer in the sense we have a there are, let's say we have a different company codes. For example, we have a different company codes, right? So there is a general contracting is there. So this general contracting company, what they do, so this general contracting company, they are going to getting the project, they are going to get the project. For the project they are going to do the services, right? So they have a subcontractor, they are calling for subcontractor to complete the activity, or maybe they are using their aggregate material or asphalt. If it is a road construction, it will be they need aggregate material, they need asphalt material, they need a different labors, and they need a equipment transport also. Okay, so now I just give an overall idea. So there is a construction based company, and this construction based company, they need aggregate material, they need asphalt material, even though each are different company code or different departments. So we can, as a once we have the start the project, we can decide whether we need to go for separate company code or profit center or plant like that. Okay, so now you guys can understand the construction based company. General contracting is one of the company, they are going to deal, they are going to getting the projects, right? And there is a Alfaras construction equipment. Okay, what they do, this equipment, okay, right? There are so many equipments are there. So this equipment they are going to procure, they are going to purchase, right? So there are two different type of equipment. One is for rental basis they are going to purchase, okay, and another one is for they are going to own their own equipment. So this is they are directly they are procuring from the external vendor. So now they are dealing with two different type of equipment, right? Why they are going to purchase the equipments? For the project purpose, right? So when the crane machines are there, is a board, JCP machines are there, are so many 300 plus equipments are there. So they are going to purchase, or they are going to procure in a rental basis, right? So once the project is completed, then they will send it back. Okay, so for that again, the sales and activity SD point of view, they have to understand how they are going to procure the extra, I mean how they can raise the invoice, right, to the project, as well as how we are going to pay to the external vendor. So this is like a this is like a purchase and sales kind of activity. So we will discuss about the process, one by one. First you have to understand about the projects. So now the company code equipment is, we are going to, there are two different type of equipment I explained. So we are completely using for the projects. Same thing for transport also. Transport also one of the divisions. They are going to procure this transport. They are going to use it for the project related. Again, see, everything's for the project related activities. Okay. So transport also, they have 1,000 plus transports vehicles they have. So how we are going to deal? So how we are going to procure those assets? How we are going to allocate the assets, right? So whenever one particular company, right, so let's say there is a project plan, let's say they have a 50 plus projects are there. So one of the project they are going to requesting the assets. So how this asset department they are going to allocate the asset to the respective project sites, right? So this is more important. So how we are going to start this activity? So what is the initial request and who has to approve this particular request? After approval, how we are going to transfer this asset? After transferring, we need to take the asset transfer voucher printout, right? So when this asset is transferring from one location to another locations, so we need to take a printout of this asset, so that we can able to transfer from one location to another location. So like that complete end-to-end cycle we need to be discussed, right? So this is one of the divisions, transport. Then we have the quarry. Okay, quarry already explained. So we have a lease land, right? So we have a lease land, or maybe there is a mountain or something, so which government is provided, the lease basis you have to take it, and you have to expose those materials and use in the crusher machines. Then you'll have so many type of aggregate materials. So either you are going to sell to your internal company like a project, or either you are going to sell sold to the external customer also. So this is one of the revenue generations company, right? So then we have asphalt. I explained you. Asphalt also is one of the revenue generations. They are going to asphalt. Again, there is a wet mix is there, right? And there is a asphalt is there. So these two type of material, they are going based on the specification, based on the grade, based on the there is a quality certification. Everything is there. After completion of the production, then this has to carry in the truck, and it has to go to the project site. Okay, and even they are going to sell to the external customer also. So even aggregate plus asphalt, these two are, they are going to sell to external customer also. Apart from their project, they are do the services. Apart from that excess material, they are going to sell to the external customer also, right? So next we have other three divisions also. So still we can discuss more divisions. We don't want to make you confused. So signage. Okay, what is signage actually? When there is a road construction, you can see every road there is a left side or right side. You can see the board, right? So there is a the traffic rules, or they have type of even there is a banners kind of the boards, everything they are going to build it. So this is also sometimes they will give, so this kind of activity they will provide to the subcontractor. So then if otherwise same thing they can do also. So based on the availability of the resources and the product, so either they can do subcontracting, or either they can do for the internal services also, right? So this is signages. Precast. Okay, what is the precast, right? The precast, when there is a construction, bridge construction, the pillars, the concrete material. So these are all called as a precast material. Okay, what they will do, how they will manufacture. So again, there is a production team. They are going to, there is a bill of material is there. They have the steel as the raw material, and they are based on the sizes. They are going to cut the steel and everything. Then they are going to put in the ready mix, right? So this ready mix also, again there is a concrete material, so they are going to apply, then we'll get the the precast material. There is a wet mix also. So this is part of the asphalt again. So this is also using the asphalt, I mean the wet mix. So we are going to get the precast material, right? So then there is a asphalt laying. Okay, what is the asphalt laying? This is one of the department. Asphalt laying is nothing but they have a manpower. Okay, so there is one of the department. There is one of the department, and they have a set of employees. Okay, so they will assign whenever there is a road construction. This employee they will assign, either they are going to use internal employee, or this asphalt laying they are going to procure from external employee contract basis. They are going to use it in their project, and after that they are going to pay. So maybe contract basis they will recruit it. Okay, this asphalt laying. So one thing, they are going to provide the labor. Second thing, in asphalt laying there is a set of vehicles are there. So the road construction related equipment, right? So road construction type of equipment are the vehicle, truck and all they used to provide. So this is second type of kind of services. So this is not a yeah, this is kind of services. So they are going to provide the project, and there is no any kind of material, right? So here, because material means asphalt, right? Asphalt who will provide, there is a separate revenue generation team or company code they are working. So they are going to provide the asphalt material. So here asphalt laying is a separate team, asphalt is separate company code, asphalt laying is separate the company code, you can say, right? What they will do, asphalt laying, whenever there is a road construction, so this road asphalt laying, they will provide the resources, they will provide the services like equipment or transport vehicles and everything they will provide, right? And then we have a fabrications, I can say. Fabrication, this is another activity. So this is again, it's a completely production related activity. So when there is a kind of for example, fabrication is nothing but like the the tanker. 1 second. Yeah, so I can say fabrications for understanding purpose. Most of them will not understand it. So here actually there is a kind of tanker, right? Big tanker and all we used to manufacture. So for that purpose, right? Mobile tanker fabrication, mobile tanker also one of the fabrication related activities only, right? So everything, so this is one of the manufacturing divisions they are going to. So for that they need to procure the steel plate, then they will cut it and all the kind of coating, and finally they'll make it as a final product. Okay, so this is, so like that there are so many divisions we have. So whatever I just explained about you, so this is the overview of the project which we are going to implement, right? And who, see, this is just a demo session, I know. So whoever is really required, so only those people they are going to do the project. So I'm just giving the overview. The same project, we are going to start next week, and we are going to, I mean, start the project, and the skeleton is same. Only the name of the the sister concern is different, right? The business, everything is same. So there is a general contracting, that the company is a general contracting company. They are going to implement the project, and for that they are going to procure the services, right? Procure the material and services. For example, aggregate is one of the material, and whatever the transport or equipment or asphalt laying, so these are the services. There is a internal services they are going to get it for the project. So finally what will happen, so they are going to bill to the customer, right? As a project is the customer, they are going to, sales point of view, there is a resource related billing. So they are going to raise the invoice, and finally we are going to get the money from the customer. So this is the end of the day, we are going to make it. This is like we call it as a payment certificate also. Okay, but I don't want to go more details about again in all the process. I think most of them will get confused. So now I want to clarify whether you guys are understood about the business process. So here I think I'm talking about the purchase also. In for the project point of view, whatever they need a material, or whatever they need a services, or they need a there is a kind of asset related material, or there is a stock transfer, right? Stock transfer from the central warehouse to the project, or from one project to another project, like that there are various type of procurements. When it comes to sales and distribution process, right? So again there is a payment certificates, right? So payment certificate is nothing but, before you are going to raise the resource related billing, you have to approve that. Suppose they have done one of the let's say one project I have done 5 different type of activities, right? So 5 different type of activities. Yes, so I think whoever is joined newly, please text your name, module, and questionnaires. Yeah. Okay. So here, Yeah. So sales point of view, okay, so what is this, sales point of view process as per this, project like Alpharas construction company projects. So we are going to, we are going to, we have a three different type of, let's say for a company code, I can say about company code, let's say for general contracting, and we have aggregate, and we have asphalt plus others, okay. So now what they will do, the asphalt once they manufacture, when there is a project is requesting, right, project is requesting, I need asphalt, I need to, let's say for there is a 350 kilometers, I need to do the road construction. So this is one of the project requirements. So what happened, general contracting is the company code, for example 1000 is the company code who need the services and who need the material. Okay, so now they raise, they send the quotation, and then they, the bidding, they won the quotes, and finally they are, approved their quotation. Now we got the project. So once that project start executed, and now they have the high level BOQ items, we call it as a BOQ items. So they have mentioned what are the materials, right, for the 350 kilometers of road construction, what are the BOM is required, right? So what are the like asphalt, and what is the aggregate metal is required, and what about the equipment, how many hours is required, or how many days, or so everything they have to calculate, right? Everything they have to calculate. I think we have only 10 minutes, right? So I will send you one more meeting link once, after that. Okay. uh, yes, right. So yeah, so now, so there is a kind of sales activities, right? Sales activities, direct, once the project, monthly basis, whatever service we performed, right? So then they have to raise the resource related billing, right? So that is project related billing. And this project related billing, before that there is a payment certificates. Okay, what is payment certificates, right? So let's say one project I have done five different type of services. So one is subcontractor provided some services, and internally I have done some asphalt related, and internally again I have done some kind of fabrication activity, and internally I have done some kind of asphalt laying. There are another activity, right? So now these five different type of services, right, I have done in this month. For first, that has to be certified, right? So how I can able to certify it? So I need to create the payment certificate, and there is it's a completely customized. Our standard SAP will not support for this. So once everything is accepted, finally all these five activity will merge into one single invoice, so raise to the customer of the project, right? So this is more complex again. It's quite challenging also. Yeah, so I think one second. Yeah, somebody join, no problem, right? So now this SD point of view, I think you guys understood, whoever is SD. So this, there is a, once based on the payment, a service performed, then payment certificate has to be created. This has to be approved. Again there is a rejection, recreation. So these are all, this is completely customized, right? The payment certificates. So once you have done, so this is one of the main activity. So second thing, let's say for aggregate material is there. Aggregate, what what they do, the crusher, there is a separate revenue division. They are going to sell to internal customer also. Who is internal customer? Internal customer is nothing but our project, right? General contracting, there is a project, is the internal customer. So aggregate, there is a company code. I know once they manufacturing the aggregate material, they are going to sell to the customer, right? Internal customer. Plus they are going to sell to external customer also, right? So this is again that is one of the sales activity how to perform. And the third one, so when there is aggregate or asphalt is required for the project, either they can do, so there is a transport division is there. The transport department, what they will do, there is a, they will only will decide whether this material we are going to procure from our internal, from asphalt or aggregate, or we are going to procure from external, right? So this transport is a department, they will send their truck and they will carry, and then it will deliver to the project site, right? So this is the complete, the process. Okay, so now same thing, like suppose we have yes, so we have a signage, we have a precast, we have asphalting. Same thing, these three also, whenever they have done any services to the project, so we need to raise the invoice, right? We need to raise the invoice, because these, see, even though everything is Alpharas construction, but still they work as a different divisions. So they need to raise the invoice whatever the work they have completed, right? So they need to complete, then only they can able to profit margin they can book it, right? So they will raise one invoice to the project, and project they finally they will raise one invoice to the the sales invoice they will raise to the project, right? So now I want to clarify with you guys. So what you are understood about this project, right? And what is the business process between purchase? What are the business process behind this? And sales and distribution, what are the business process behind this? So I want to make sure everyone has understand. If not, I will explain once again also. Before that, I will check whether we can continue, or I think 6 minutes is there. So what I will do, yeah. So once you guys are understood about the projects, then I can go for the activate methodology, right? So how we are going to implement the project as a MM consultant or SD consultant or FICO consultant or PP consultant. What is my roles and responsibility? So the day one, what I have to do, and what is the reference document for me? How I can able to prepare the FSD document? How I can able to present, right? Some document you have to present, some document you have to get the approval, some document you have to prepare for your configuration. So like that, there are various kind of deliverables. That is called activate methodology. So we are going to discuss about the activate methodology. So before that, first I have to make sure what you have understood about the project, especially for your module. So can I get one by one? So what you have understood, maybe the MM point of view, I want to make sure how many MM people. So what you have understood about these projects? Maybe if you need any kind of clarification, I can give you. So we'll take 5 minutes now for the MM point. First, let's go with the MM. So what do you have understood? So yeah, could you proceed one by one? So what you have understood about the projects? Yes. Yes, Kalpana, could you just explain about what you guys are understood about the projects till now? I think I have explained. So what we are going to execute or implement. So I have explained about the business process, right? I think Kalpana, you can start. So what you have understood about the business perspective.
Sir, I would like to say about my model
No problem.
FICO.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. In the project wise, we have to understand what we are doing in that as is as is project as well as in the to be. We need to clear understand what is the existing process. For example, if the company code they have assigning the GL, and then the accounting group, which the accounting group tie up with the FI or MM, FI
Okay.
with MM and FI with SD and FI with PP. We have to clear idea on that, and then what is the natural of the business, what is the mapping with the either it
Okay.
is
So here, Lavanya, 1 second. So you are talking about SAP integrations and everything. I agree, but the business perspective, right? So when it comes to FICO, so here the project is the revenue for us, right? So now, what
yeah.
are the different type of procurement as a liability point of view? You have to think about that here, right? So
The procurement means the material purchasing, the service oriented PO, the material PO. If the based on the material PO, there is a GRIR. That means goods receipt should be raised and invoice should be raised. So those kind of the material which is in that. Correctly map with the FIGL. If it is anything happening in that, first we have to create the PO means that should be inventory debit, and then GRIR credit means the inventory should be correctly mapped with the FI account. If it is not mapped means in the end of the PNL or balance sheet, it should not a clear figure. So end
okay.
of the month while we doing the reconciliation or preparing the financial statement, that should be in the clear picture, then only we can understand the company current position. So
Okay.
this is as a FA consultant, I would to check all the which is related to the FI model or MM
Okay.
module, that should
One
be
second. One
correctly
second.
mapped with the.
Yeah, yeah. See what I am asking you. What I have explained about the project. What you have understood about the business process. So as a FICO, you know whatever the procurement, whatever the sales, right? So as a end of the day, how the procurement, as per the project, how the procurement start, how the sales activity they are going to procure. So and each profit center level, what is the business process?
You mean to say that P2P cycle, sir?
So like it's especially for like we have let's say for the project general contracting, right? So general contracting, what are all the activities as a FICO point of view, as a integration, what all the business process they do, and same thing like
Uh, is the
what
first vendor get the quotation. The quotation. You mean to that?
okay, no problem. So maybe let's
Send the
I'll
request and then what kind of the material they require. They're sending the quotation. After the quotation, they have give that acknowledgement for that what they're going to purchasing. Then confirmation getting from the supplier, the company going to raise the PO. Those kind of cycle you're asking, sir?
yeah, that is the process actually cycle. But here, like general contracting, especially from MM side, maybe we'll talk about MM or SD. See that MM side, what are the type of procurements we have? So anyone can explain other than
Sir,
FI, or so could you explain
in
about?
this you are bringing the material, Rajkumar here. In this you are bringing the material. Can
Yeah.
you show me that type of material you are bringing? That screen
No,
I
that is
want to see.
okay. See, so project actually
In this,
we
no,
let's
no,
say we
that
have a
in that
project
in this
related materials.
two type standard material is also here. Subcontracting material is also here.
Hmm.
Because we are sending material from supplier to our the site where that road construction is
Okay.
working.
Okay. So
Okay,
here like a project site is there. So there is a central warehouse is there. Okay. So central warehouse, they are going to procure the
okay,
material for the project. Then they are going to do the stock
okay.
transfer. Okay. This is one of the process, maybe
In
one
this there
process or two
stock transfer
process.
or outbound delivery.
Yeah. So here that is one of the process we have to, as a, as is and to be process point of view. So we have to demonstrate this process. And after that, let's
And
say
third
for
party people also.
yeah, there is a kind of as for other division, like we talk about the as for laying, we talk about the signage. So these are all the services. So when the project they need a services, what they will do, we have to project side they will raise the service purchase requisition. I need this
Service PO.
consultant this
Yes.
many hours, and for that what is the cost, right?
Documenting.
This cost everything will be coming from the purchase team, and based on that we are going to, once the service is completed or once the consultant is completed his activity, then we are going to create the service entry sheets, right? So this service entry sheet we are
Yes.
going to create, then we are going to do the payment to the respective vendor. So this is one of the services like asphalt laying, or even if it is like a precast, whatever, which our internal profit center they do the services, right? So like that, we have to each division, but still don't confuse on that. So integration, I understood SAP what we do, but here the project point of view, so we need to think about what project is requesting. For example, there is a, we'll talk about let's say for the asphalt. In asphalt, as a SD point of view, what we will do, so anybody have can able to answer for SD, any SD consultant here? So asphalt and
Can you say
aggregate.
me what is asphalt, sir? What is asphalt? Because this construction project is very new for me and also some guys.
Yeah, see for asphalt, this is like one of the road construction. Maybe I will explain you here. I'll just show on
Oh,
asphalt.
that is a ready concrete. I
So
think
this is like our asphalt
ready. Yes, 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 yes.
material, right? So with aggregates,
Ready concrete material that
yeah.
we are
So this
directly
is the,
using
yeah,
at
these are all
the
the
site.
asphalt,
Yes.
right? Yeah, these are all the asphalt which we are going to use it. So again, there is a sizes will be vary, correct? So for
Yeah,
this
grain sizes and according to grain size it is we are using.
yes, yes. So SD point of view, anybody can able to explain about asphalt and there is a aggregate, right? So we have a two different company, two different type of business process. So what is the sales point of view? What are the process? Anybody have any SD people are there? I mean, could you explain about that? What you have understood? So I think Hamid. So initially, I think Gautam. So could you able to have you understood about this project actually? So if you are not able to understand, so while your execution of the project, it will be far little challenging for you. So I just explain about the division, different divisions, like the project point of view what they do, and asphalt what they do. So I have explained all the business process. So SD point of view, do you have any questions, or anyone can able to answer for that? Sales and distribution, how it works? Anyone? Okay, no problem. So here, yeah, so that, yeah, so for the sales, yeah, sales and distribution. Yeah. So for sales and distributions, so as I told you, for that project point of view, right? For the project point of view, once that activities, either it is a material or either it is a services or even the subcontractor activity also, right? So once that job is completed, based on that, they are going to raise the invoice, right? That is, raise the invoice to the project. That is one of the major revenue. And second thing, so when there is a asphalt material, right? Once that asphalt material is manufactured, we are going to sell to the customer, or we are going to sell to internal team. So this is one second type of revenue. And third, same thing, like for the aggregate material also. Okay, for this aggregate material also, it's like a kind of internal plus external sales activity to generate the revenue. Okay, so now so each department, so we are going to explain about what is the process, and how end of the day how they are fulfill the projects, right? How end of the day how they are going to fulfill the projects. So we have seen individual. So let me go into the activate methodology. As a consultant, what we need to deliver in the activate methodologies, right? Yeah. So here that activate methodology, once any implementation project in especially for that S4 HANA implementation project, so we are going to follow the activate methodology, right? So in this activate methodology, we have a phase by phase deliverables, right? So once that, for example, let's start with the preparation phase. So preparation phase, we have the project organization structure and resource communications, right? So we are going to understand about the org structure, about the company code. So we are discussed, so whatever I have discussed, the high level, that is the org structure, right? So how many company codes they have, and what are the different type of products, right, they are going to manufacture, and the revenue generation point of view. So we need to understand about the company code, profit center and plant and everything. So then there is a kickoff meeting, right? So the project initiation is nothing but there is a kickoff meeting. So in this kickoff meeting, what we will do? So we are going to connect with the business team, and we are going to connect with the consultant, right? So if any kind of issues, right, if, let's say from the purchase manager, purchase side, we have the purchase manager. Inventory point of view, we have, there is a inventory manager, and then there is a storekeeper. So we need to communicate. Okay, he is the person who is going to provide all the related business process, or going to test, or everything will be done by the store manager, right? So like that, there is the kickoff meeting we are going to introduce. So once you know who is my business partner, then you will directly will be communicating, right? So these are all the preparation phase. Then there is a final scope document, right? So this scope document we have to be, so we have to prepare, and the scope documents. So then whatever you have understand about the project, so this scope document has to be prepared, and we have to present to the customer. Okay, so then there is a BPML process. What is BPML? It's a business process master list. As a consultant, and you need to prepare the, so whatever we have explained now, based on that, still we have a session, right? So we need to explain about the business process. As a general contracting, what are the business process? For example, there is a sales activity, so they are going to procure, there is a general contracting, so they are going to generate, they are creating the sales order for the project. And if there is any kind of revenue point of, there is no any delivery, because this is a service activity. If they have any kind of material they are going to deliver to the project, yes, there is a separate type of O2C process has to be identified. Then there is a service sales we have to provide. So same thing like aggregate, they have what are the different type of process. This BPML, we need to understand what are the business process we are going to execute for these projects, right? BPML stands for business process master list. You have to understand process number one, process number two. You have to explain each step by step. Sub process you have to be defined, right? So after that, we are going to make it the RISIF object. So how many RISIF objects? So we know what is RISIF. We have a RISIF reports, forms, interfaces, enhancement, right? So what we are going to do for this project, we are going to give you the training how you can able to write the functional specification, right? So now when we are going to complete the business blueprint, so we have a functional specification also has to be get a sign off, right? So this phase actually, when there is a exploration phase, as a functional consultant, either you are into MM or SD or FI or PP, you have to write down the FST, right? Then you have to write the functional specification also. These two has to get sign off in the BBP phase. So now the preparation phase, what the consultant we will do. See, whatever I am just explaining you. So these are all the activity will be done by you. So right. So we are going to arrange. We are going to assist you. We will give you the sample template. So based on that, you have to prepare based on the scope document. Right. So based on the scope document. See, whatever I explained, there is a scope document. I can able to show, open the, I share the scope document. The scope document have minimum, 100 plus pages are there. So you have to go through. So that is what I just explained, the demo sessions, right? So you have to explain about the org structure. They will explain about the material. They explain about the customer and they explain about the supplier and everything. So based on that, we need to the scope document, all the informations are there. Based on that, you have to prepare the BPML. So now this preparation phase, once the preparation phase is completed, that there is a Q gate, right? Q gate is nothing but the project management activity. They will do the cross check whether all the module consultant they have completed, if there is any gap. So why this gap, how they are going to fulfill. So once it is completed, then they will raise the invoice, right? So this is the project management activity. So next we'll go for the explore phase. Okay, what is explore phase? So this explore phase, we are going to do the workshop. So here we are going to conduct the workshop. What is workshop? So now we understand the scope document and we prepared what all the BPML process. Now based on that, we are going to prepare the fit gap analysis, right? So this is called as a fit gap analysis. So we need to prepare the PowerPoint presentation, and whatever the process which you have identified in the BPML process, you need to present in the PowerPoint presentation to the customer. So this is called fit gap analysis. So that is one of the session we have to be conducted. So after that, we have the business blueprint, right? So business blueprint is nothing but the scope document. Based on the scope, we have to prepare your business blueprint. So this is one of the major deliverable documents. So you have to, in the blueprint we have, so what is the current process, and you have to define what is the business flow diagram, and then you have to explain what is the report requirements, and you have to explain what is the gap, what are the standard reports, and everything you have to specify in the the business blueprint. So after that, we are going to, once the business blueprint is completed, then there is a review session. So you need to have conduct the session with the business team, and the business team, they are going to review your BBP. If there is any changes, in the BBP, so again you have to do the changes. Then you have to the second review, third review. So once the BBPs gets approved by the business team, so then the second phase, right, this is a major phase, has to be completed. So because it is more important, so nobody will sign off your BBP whatever you have completed. So because this, once they completed, they put a sign off. So they cannot able to ask you anything apart from the documentation. So that is the reason they will make sure, they will cross verify, the process whether each and every current business. See, because the business manager or business process owner, they know currently how their system works. So currently they may have, there is an Oracle system, or they may be there is a JD Edwards system, or they may be the different kind of ERP system, right? They knows how the procurement, how the sales activity, how the production activity, or how that FICO, accounts payable, receive. See, they knows everything. So they will go through each and every, based on the scope document, based on the BPML, have you covered all the process in the BBP? If yes, so then you will get the sign off. Then you will go for the third phase, right? So here, apart from the BBP sign off, we have the master data. Okay, so we are talking about master data. This is more important in any implementation project. As a consultant, you have to prepare the master data template. So then you have to provide the test data with the customer, then they will provide the actual data. So for example, in our project, in Alpha construction project, and we have a let's say for the garage, right? So there is a spare part materials required. Let's say there are 50,000 spare part materials are there, and there is a 50,000 project related materials are there. So this material we need to prepare the template, and you have to test what kind of program you are using. Are you using for LSMW? Are you using BDC program? Are you using LTMC program? Are you using migration cockpit, right? So based on that, you have to prepare the template, and you have to test the program whether it is working fine. Then you have to give the template to the customer. Fine. So once you have provided this template and everything, then you can able to start upload. So we have to start the explore phase. You have to start work on the template also, right? So once that explore phase is completed, so then we'll go for the realization phase. Okay. So this realization phase, what we will do. So here again, we are going to assign the development rights. So they are going to assign the technical consultant. Let's say how many forms for MM module, how many reports you have, how many enhancement you have, how many interfaces you have, how many conversion, like uploading the master data, right? So these informations we have to be yeah, so these informations we need to be identified, right? So this information we need to be identified. So then we need to assign the object to the technical consultant. So this realization phase, the actual work will be completed, will be created. So your system will be ready, and what is the development system, what is the product, quality system, all the landscape they will be created, and they will create your credentials and everything. Then you can able to start configuring all the activity based on your BBP, right? So here there is a core configurations, right? So we are preparing the so we are starting the configuration and unit testing everything. Then based on that, we are preparing the configuration document. Okay. So then we have the master data solution document and data readiness in the testing environment. Okay. So what is the data readiness in the testing, in the sense, like, quality system, we in a development system as a consultant, like all module consultant, we are created test data based on the BPML, all the process we have tested. Now we have to go for the quality system. What is quality system? So here we are the end user or the business user, they are going to do the UAT. So before going to do the UAT, you have to make it your quality system is 100% perfect. So whether you have to use their own material, you have to use their own customer, you have to use their own bill of material, you have to use their own customer and supplier, right? So here 100% the data has to be customer specific. You cannot create your own test material. So we need to bring the, as per the template, you have to get the master data, then you have to start upload, right? Then you have to start the integration testing. What is integration testing? So here, let's say for there is a project requirement, I can say tell you there is a aggregate project is requesting one of the aggregate material, and for that what is the process, right? So project is one of the company code, aggregate is another company code. What they will do, they will raise the purchase requisition, project will raise the purchase requisition, then it will get approved, then this purchase requisition will be converted into purchase order, the vendor will be aggregate is the 2000 company code, right? So this 2000 company code we create as a supplier, and then we are can mute the others. Yes. Okay, so then Shrikant, could you mute them otherwise? Okay, so then so what will happen? So project team, they raise the purchase request, then convert it into purchase order. Based on the purchase order, aggregate, they will create the sales order. So after the sales order, they will create the delivery, PJ and everything. So then it will go to the project site. So then they will do the goods receipt, right? So based on that, they will raise the invoice. Aggregate is separate cost. This is like a purchase sales, two different company codes, right? So now this complete integration testing has to be performed in the quality system with all the module consultant. Start with MM, then SD, then FI, then PS, right? So project system is only they are requesting the material. So then purchase team, they are going to procure the material. Sales team, they are going to deliver the material. See guys,
और लाइव चलती क्लास
you can mute it, others.
सब लोग होगा तासे बंद हो रही है ये तासे बंद होता है अच्छा अगर खोलने से तासे बंद हो रही
No problem. Okay, so here, so now this is one of the process I explained you, right? So this process we need to be tested. This process, how we can able to test? So project team, they have to request, right? That is a PS model. So this is a process number one. So they have to generate the purchase, service request. So then there is check the budget. They have to create the budget, whether the budget check is happened. So everything. Then it comes to purchase team 1, 2, 3, 4 process. Then come to SD, create sales order, then delivery, PJ, then invoice, right? So then come to your again MM, they will do goods receipt, then they will issue the material, create the reservation, issue to the project, right? So finally they will create the raise the invoice also. So like the complete integration process has to be tested, right? So now everything will be in the realization phase. We are going to complete the configuration testing and everything, right? Then we have to show the test result also, each process what is the test result. If there is any error or anything, then that has to be corrected. Okay, so now there is a authorization roles and assignment. Okay, what is this authorization roles and assignment? So we need to configure, right? So when quality system comes, so there is a business team, they are going to perform, start with creation of material and creation of supplier master, creation of asset master, or creation of any GL, anything. So now we need to create a roles and authorization, what are the apps and what are the transaction code which the specific user, if there is a requisitioner who is going to create the purchaser requisition, or if there is a purchaser role, right? Purchaser is the role we are assigning to the purchase department, who can able to create the purchase order, who can able to create the RFQ process, who can they can create to the contract process or scheduling agreement process or purchase order process, right? So based on the activity we need to assign the role to the respective user, then only they can able to create it. Otherwise we cannot create all the access. So currently as a consultant or as a trainee, we know, so you can create sales order, you can create production order, you can create the purchase order. When it comes to the quality system or real time, so we are not provide all the access to the business team. So we know this business person is for the sales activity, belongs to sales only. We are going to provide only the sales related activity. In sales also, whether he is a pre-sale activity or whether he is a shipping related activity, or he is going for the accounts receivable or raising the invoice to the customer. So based on that we are going to assign the role, right? So anyhow, there is separate discussion is there. We have the KDS, we have the sample template, we'll have a discussion also. As a consultant, you should understand what is the roles and responsibility, how to prepare, and how we can able to, and as based on the role, how we are going to do the user acceptance testing, right? So this is one of the deliverable which is required before UAT, right? Fine. So now once that there is a cutover plan. What is cutover plan? So we are going to upload your master data. So first there is a separate session we have. Suppose you are into any module like MM or SD or FIPP, first you have to understand what is the cutover activity on your module. So suppose if it is like a bill of, if it's a PP module, then we have to talk about, like, discuss about the bill of material, work center, routing, right? And before that your material master has to be ready. If there is any kind of production order, yes, we need to configure, we need to create. So these are all the cutover activity you have to plan. Same thing for finance module also. We have a GL master, we have a customer master, we have a supplier master, we have asset master or bank master. Even for opening also, GL opening and vendor opening, customer opening, asset opening. So these are all the cutover activity. So we need to discuss, and we had a preparation of the template, and we have communicated to the business team, and we collected all the data. Now we have uploaded, right? So this cutover activity, definitely these are all the interview questions again. See, simply you cannot attend the, you just attend the demo and perform the interview questions also, it's not possible. You have to you have to realize, you have to do, you have to deliver, so that you can able to talk to the cutover active, whatever the maybe they can ask 10 different type of questions, right? So you can able to answer for that. So you here everything, you are preparing the template, you are going to, we provide the data, you are going to upload, right? And you have to understand the step by step cutover activities also. You should not say that before uploading the material master, yes, I uploaded my purchase order, or maybe I uploaded my purchasing info record. That's wrong. So they will not agree, right? So you have to go the sequential way of uploading the master data in a sequential manner, right? So once the realization phase is completed, then there is a queue gate. We are going to check one by one module wise whatever we have completed. Then we'll go for the deployment phase. Okay, so here there is a final cutover plan. Okay, what is the final cutover plan? So here whatever we have done in the quality system, now we are going in the production system, right? In the production system, so we need to make sure the days we have to, so how we have to plan the number of days to upload your master data. Like a material master, how many days you want, so how many plant you need to upload, and how many plant you want to extend the material master, right? Same thing customer master also, how many sales or purchase organization. Once you created the supplier master, then you need to extend. So both are two different template in SAP, right? So we need to experiment and everything, then finally we are going to upload the master data. Same thing like all the FI related master data also, right? So once the final cutover is planned, then we are going to perform the rehearsal in the pre-production system. Then master data migration, yes, we are going to upload all the master data. Then there is a end user training. So this end user training already this is one of the training document. So end user training means, so how to create the GL master, right? So you have to prepare the documentation also. So these are all the documentation before UAT you have to provide to the customer so that they can able to perform the transactions, right? So now the deployment phase is ready. Once you completed all the cutover activity and everything, you uploaded master data in the production system and your configuration, everything is moved to the production system. Next, we will declare for the go live, right? What is go live? So now your system is ready. So already we have a development, quality, production. So now all the activity we completed. Now the end user, right? The business team, they will use, in the final production system. So now the production system, all the configuration, all the workflow activity, all the cutover activity, all the forms and everything we have up, we moved to the production system. Now production system is ready. So day one, they will start working let's say start the creating of sales order or purchase order. So creating the purchase order, what are let's say they need a 1 lakh material, all the 1 lakh material data should be there in your production system. 1 lakh customer also, not 1 lakh, maybe let's say they have a 15,000 customer, all the customer master also should be there in their system, right? So now, so to accomplish, to complete the goal live, so we are performing the activities, right? So we have phase 5 phase deliverables, start with the scope document and the organization structure preparation, then business BPM, so all the deliverables. So now as a consultant we are going to deliver these documents. So how we are going to deliver? Yes, we have a template for everything. As a consultant you need to deliver. So you need to, we will assist you how to prepare the document. We have the session so that you will get the confidence, you will get the exposure on the implementation project. When you have attending any interview to the any kind of company, if let's say Accenture or any kind of company, if you are applying for a job with experience, so definitely you will get MNCs also, they will call you. So you should be able to answer phase by phase, each deliverable, right? I talk about the cutover activity, right? In cutover activities, until and otherwise, if you are not worked in a project, you cannot able to answer for the cutover activities. So we are going to help you how the cutover activities we are going to perform, and what all the master data we are going to upload, and what is the tool we are going to use it, and how we are going to do the practices also. So nowadays S4HANA, everything in the Fiori apps we are going to upload. So everything we are going to do the testing in the Fiori apps. We will assist you and you'll get the exposure so that you can able to answer during the interview questions also. I hope so. You guys, I completed. This is the point which I want to explain with you how the project we are going to explain about the construction company project, how it works and how we are going to deliver. Right. So now I think if you have any questions from your side, please ask now. So we have another 10 minutes. We have time. So we'll discuss one by one question. Maybe Srikanth, you can able to, or maybe yeah, we'll give some 5 minutes time. Then we will discuss about the questions also. Yeah.
Sir, I know the course fee, sir.
See, course fees, that is okay because we can discuss that is separately with the Srikanth. So because that they will explain you, because I am just here for execution of the project. Okay, so related to the project, anything you ask and project server access and everything, they will explain you. So Shrikant, they will explain you.
Okay, sir.
What would be the duration for the course?
See, the duration is 45 days time. So this 45 days time, so we are going to make sure one implementation with the construction company with multiple company codes, plus there are support project activities also we are going to perform. So day by day. So once the project started after 15 days, so we are going to start the support related activities also, tickets, issues, and the whatever the rise related issues, right? Business related issues, everything 300 plus questions. So we are going to work on that. So end of the day, so this after 45 days time, you will be familiar in your implementation project plus support project also. End of the day, we will your CV will talk about who you are. So that is what this end of day this program. So hope so this will be helpful for everyone to want to get into SAP, right? So I just completed SAP. Just I have
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Yeah. So anybody else? Yeah. Anybody have any other questions?
Sir, Sir, after a year, 4 to 5 years of end user experience person,
Yeah.
after completion of this course, how many years of experience he can show or he can mention in the
See,
his CV?
see again, there are so many example I can tell you for this question. So my previous students, they are, they showcase, right? They showed their, promoted their profile as a 10 lakhs. They promoted as a 6 lakhs also, even 3.5 lakhs also. End of the day, how much exposure you are going to show? How much questions, you are going to answer for that, right? So based on that actually, but I can say
Okay.
that minimum, I'm telling minimum you can get minimum 5.5. Yeah, so you cannot say I have already have 5 years experience, I got 60,000 and all. But when it
No, no,
comes
no,
to
sir.
SAP,
I'm not talking about,
let me
sir. I
finish.
am not talking about the package or money. How many years of
No,
experience
that's what I'm telling.
I
That's
have?
what I'm
I
telling.
can
See,
answer in the.
yeah,
That is I am saying.
yeah,
Yes.
minimum you can show 3.5 years because I'm going to this project will explain you one implementation project and two support projects, right? So this exposure will be getting
Okay.
minimum three project with a 3.5 experience with a package of minimum 5.5 lakhs. You can able to claim yourself. Okay, if you want to more
Oh.
about that, but you have to little because I told you right, 10 lakhs also the as a fresher, but
Huh.
he got it. How he got it without any pre-experience because of the way of from morning 6, morning 8 a.m. to till evening 8 p.m. He'll be continuously be working, and
Mhm.
so such a kind of hard work and the practices it will make sure to get the thing. But minimum, as I told you, so 3.5 years you can able to put, and
Okay, sir.
two support project and one implementation project exposure you will be getting end of this project, and minimum package I'm telling as a fresher point of view I'm talking. So minimum 5.5 and up to 10-12 lakhs also you can get it, right? Yes. So anybody else?
Sure, I have a
Yeah.
question. As per your statement, if I'm update my resume, 3.5 years experience in implementation and support means they will ask me the proof of that, right? Offer letter and relief letter. What is your employee ID means? How can I provide that, sir?
Okay. Maybe this is Shrikant is there. He will answer for you. Because it's a public places. Okay. Okay. So let's
Okay.
connect with Shrikant. He will assist you
Okay,
on this.
okay, sure. And then one more thing, if I'm join this course means when is the section will be conducting? Weekend or
Session. No, this
weekdays?
will be weekly 3 days will be there. Okay. So I can say weekly 6 days, but I will be available
Uh,
weekly 3 days. And this project sessions weekly 1.5 hours every day. I will be let's say Monday 1.5 hours and Wednesday and Friday
Timing,
like that.
sir?
Timing it will
Timing?
be after 8 p.m. Our our 8:30. I mean our
Okay,
in Indian time 8:30 to maybe up to 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So again they will confirm the timing. So yes,
okay, sir. Thank you.
yeah.
Sir, you shown here the Activate methodology and ASAP methodology is also there. Which one is upgraded? Activate or ASAP is there?
Yes, yeah. See, actually, for Activate methodology is using for S4 HANA, right? So ASAP
Okay.
methodology they used for our ECC system. So currently there is no any
ECC.
implementation with ECC, right? So now completely it's Activate methodology. So as per the Activate methodology, whatever the phase by phase, we explain. So as a consultant, we need to see these interview questions also will be under this Activate methodology. So they will talk
So
about your
some
yes.
kind of task is done by the basis that is while customizing the TR code is generated. The TR code we are transferring from to quality and then transferring to UAT to the production. That is the scope of basic. But you are going to teach that also things in this session, no, sir?
Yeah, see, actually, yeah, there are two different type of request, right? So there is a workbench request and there
Yes.
is a configuration. So this
Configuration
configuration
request.
related request, we need to move from one client to another client within the box, correct? If there is a development system, we
Right,
have a
sir.
three different clients. Okay, one is for the configuration, and second client for ABAP development. Third one is for the functional testing. So when you done the configuration in the golden configuration system, and you want to move through using SEC1, right? Using SEC1 transaction, you are transferring from configuration, which means golden client to testing client within the box, within the
Testing
development
client.
system. So in this case, you
Yes.
don't want any basis consultant to do the transport, right? So we are going to do the configuration. We are make sure whether the process is working fine, yes or no. We are going to test it. So what happened, during the configuration phase and, finally the cutover activities, right? So before, once we've done all the config, let's say you have a 50 TR will be there. All the 50 TR, we are going to move to quality system. Once all the process has been, all the BPML process has been configured and tested, finally we are going to move to quality system. So here quality system will be a different box. So when there is a different box, there is a transport management system. It will come. So this transport management system, first you have to release the TR from the configuration client. Okay, which client you configured, you have to log in and you have to release the TR. Then you have to do the through transport management system. We have to move from one client to another client within two different box. Okay, two different box we are going to transfer. And this case basis consultants, they will involve and they will transfer it. Okay, we will have a, we will show you how to transfer the TR.
Because during the Take Mahindra interview, he asked me that question. I answered him. We taking the help of basis team. That is simply I answered him. But he said this is simple. You can do it. That's why I asked this question.
No, that's what two different clients. So within the box how to do, and within out of the box how we can, which means two different box how we can able to transfer. We will have a session. Don't worry about that. And yeah, how to transfer. Yeah. Okay. So anybody else have any other questions?
Sir, I have one question. This course based on which model, sir? MM or SD?
No, this is completely for all four modules. We are dealing for MM, SD, FI, and PP. So these four modules will be involving. Yeah.
If it comes realization phase, if configuration session, which module you going to choose, sir? Because this
here, so here all the module trainees will be joining, and the activity like a purchase or sales or production and everything will be happening simultaneously. See, all module they are going to deliver the BBP, then all module they are going to start the KDS and configuration. So here it's not only for one particular module. So as a project, it's a supply chain management, right? Start with MM, SD, FI, PP. So all the module we are going to execution of this project. It's not for one particular project. For all four modules, we are execution of this project.
So configuration happen in all four modules, right?
Yes, all four modules.
Okay.
I think we have another maximum 10 minutes. So, okay. So anybody else maybe have any other questions, please?
Is this SAP solution manager, sir? We're going to perform this platform?
Solution manager, yes, actually, but here we are going to execute only from our S4 only. So we don't have any solution manager to integrate. So that is real time only, because solution manager against the license one. So real time only they can able to integrate. So here with our S4 HANA 2020 versions, we are going to execute.
Is S4 is on premise or fiori or cloud, sir?
It's on premises, on premise server.
On premise.
Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, team who joined for today demonstration, and whoever is not joined, maybe I think they can get the demo link also. Maybe Srikanth will share. And any questions? Anybody have any other questions? They can connect Srikanth or Jayalakshmi. Okay. So thank you so much, team who joined Saturday demonstration. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you.